Hello and welcome to Scrum Framework 101 by Aish. Today, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the Scrum Framework and get you familiarized with the various concepts involved. Scrum is a framework which helps people address complex, adaptive problems while efficiently delivering products of the highest possible value. Scrum is described as lightweight, simple to understand, and difficult to master. The Scrum framework enables teams to react and adapt to evolving requirements, thereby decreasing the time to market of a product. This ensures that the product is not outdated by the time it reaches the market. The Scrum framework consists of Scrum teams and their associated roles, events, and artifacts. Each component within the framework serves a specific purpose and is essential to the Scrum's success and usage. A Scrum team comprises of the following roles: the product owner, the development team, and the Scrum Master. The product owner manages the product backlog and is responsible for maximizing the value of the deliverable. This is done by clearly defining the product requirements, the requirement priority, and making sure the development team understands the scope of the backlog items. This ensures the product backlog is visible, transparent, and clear to all. The development team pulls items from the backlog into sprints and implements the requirements to deliver incremental value. The Scrum Master is the facilitator who helps the team better understand and align to the Scrum framework. The Scrum Master is the glue that holds the Scrum framework together. The three pillars of Scrum are transparency, inspection, and adaptation. Scrum ceremonies encourage the Scrum team to align to these pillars. Let's take a look at the Scrum ceremonies. The first one is sprint planning. In order to understand sprint planning, we need to first talk a bit about what a sprint is. A sprint is a time-boxed event with a duration of 1 month or less, during which a done or a working product which can be potentially released is created. Sprints have a consistent duration, may it be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month. A new sprint starts as soon as the previous one ends. Sprint planning takes place once a sprint. It helps the team define what can be delivered in the increment resulting from the upcoming sprint, and how will the work needed to deliver the increment be achieved. While answering these questions, the team also needs to keep in mind the sprint goal and ensure that the work planned in the sprint is in line with the goal. The second ceremony is the daily scrum. The daily scrum is a 15-minute time-boxed event for the development team to synchronize activities and create a plan for the next 24 hours. Each Scrum team member talks through the following items. What did they accomplish yesterday? What are they planning to do today? And do they have any blockers? It is important that the entire development team participates in the daily scrum. The third Scrum ceremony we are going to talk about is the sprint review. A sprint review is held at the end of the sprint to inspect the increment and adapt to the product backlog if required. During the sprint review, the Scrum team and the stakeholders collaborate about what was done in the sprint. The presentation of the increment is intended to elicit feedback and foster collaboration. The fourth ceremony is the sprint retrospective. The sprint retrospective occurs after the sprint review and prior to the next sprint planning. During the sprint retrospective, the team discusses what went well in the sprint, what could have been better, and what will we commit to improve in the next sprint. This was Introduction to Scrum Framework. In the upcoming videos, I am going to go over the key participants required for successful sprint ceremonies and their roles. I will also share some tips on how to facilitate such sessions for your team. Thank you for listening in. If you found the video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share.